I was good. You want some? No, you sure? I mean, it's cool. Cause some of y'all people acting real damn thirsty out in these streets. Man, get your shit together, folks. Man, DJ, play my music.
Here's another Get More video with the VO hustler himself, Rob Moreira. Get more with Rob Moreira.
What's good, everybody? Your boy is in the building. That's right. It's Rob Moreira here with another Get More Moreira video. What's really good? What's popping? How y'all doing? You alright? So, apologies for the beginning of this video, but truth be told, some of y'all are reckless out here. I'm just saying, the thirst is real, folks. The thirst is no joke. Now, here's the thing. Now, some of y'all might be thinking, is Rob actually talking about being hydrated or something? No, I'm not talking about actual thirst. I'm not talking about H2O. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the thirst to try to get that work. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make it by any means necessary. Now, here's the thing about the thirst. Everybody should be a little thirsty. You shouldn't be completely quenched. I mean, if you completely quenched, it's probably because you got it like that and you popping and you raking in the dope, boy, which is fine. I mean, that's okay. I'm talking about, like, if you in your hustle, right? It's because you got a little bit of that thirst. You're trying to succeed, trying to do your thing. Bet. All right, cool. That's understandable. But some people got that real OD thirst that makes them act reckless and just acting a damn fool in these streets. Now, for example, let's just say somebody putting out a casting. Let's say somebody like me. Like, I'm not a casting director or anything, but it's a fellow actor, and they're saying, hey, listen, I'm looking for, a union actor that can do character voices or something like that. Somebody that got experience doing characters or whatever the case may be. And they're looking for people to, drop their links to their demos and blah, blah, blah. And you come out of left field and you're like, yo, here's my demo. I could do some voices, but I'm non-union. It's like, yo, fam, then why you hitting up? Why you hitting that person up? Like, come on. We get it. You're trying to get that work. But you gotta listen. You gotta read. You gotta read what they're looking for. If you don't fit it, it's okay to pass on. It's not like you leaving money on the table. It's just, it's not for you. Keep it pushing. Right? Keep it pushing. Because all that's going to do is make it look like you somebody that just don't read directions. You somebody that don't know how to take directions. That, as opposed to it for you, the person with thirst, right? As opposed to it being you trying to take a chance to see if maybe something will happen because, hey, there might be a hidden opportunity that maybe I should be, trying to knock on, trying to link up, trying to get for myself, gotta hustle, right? So I gotta, nab every opportunity. What it makes it look like is that you just don't pay attention, and that's not good. You don't want that either. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that negative smoke on you, right? So just listen. If it fits you, cool. If it don't, move on. Go to the next one, right? Or let's just say somebody's talking about something random. They're just talking about themselves, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They're just, talking about a story, and they happen to mention that they cast occasionally. For example, when I'm doing my casting, I always happen to hear about X, Y, and Z, right? And you become that comment like this. You see people commenting like, "Oh, that's foul. Like, it's messed up. That happens to you. Oh, that must be frustrating." If you're that one comment that comes out of left field that says, "Oh, that's whack. Yo, let me get on your roster. By the way, here's my stuff. Here's my demo." That's just rude, man. They're not looking for talent. And again, I get it. It's that kind of thing where it's like, oh, but that could be an opportunity. Let me strike where the iron is hot. Blah, blah, blah. Fine. Bet. Whatever. But that's wrong, man, because then that makes you come off desperate. It makes you come off looking mad thirsty. Like, what are you doing? And let's just say you do want to go ahead and ask the person anyway. I'm not saying that you shouldn't contact the person at all, but do it direct. Hit them up on a DM. There's ways to get to people without making it mad public. Because let's just say that person doesn't feel that you did anything wrong, right? Hypothetically, let's just say the person was like, oh, okay, cool. Nah, I'm not looking for X, Y, and Z. Thank you, though. Thank you for letting me know. And they cool with it. Other people are seeing your response and they're gonna go, oh shit, this person's thirsty. I'm not gonna. I don't wanna mess with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can mark yourself unintentionally by the way you respond. And again, that thirst makes you respond crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's two examples of that thirst backfiring on you. The third one about that thirst messing with you is when you are somebody who probably does your thing. You probably do really well. You know, I mean, you may just be starting out. Let's just say maybe you like a year in, 2 years in, 3 years in, whatever. Honestly, if you haven't been in this game for at least 5 years, you still pretty new. You know, facts. You still pretty new. After 5 years, now you're kind of a regular. You're probably a vet in the community. People probably know you at this point. But honestly, it takes about 4 or 5 years before you get any real deal traction. And it's all hustle. You got to hustle the whole way through. You know, it's not like you could say, I'm a voice actor, wait 5 years, and then work starts piling in. Nah, you working that whole time. But it takes time. Now, if you're in that pocket of still being new, you know, that 0 to 4 or 5 years, and you start comparing yourself to folks that have been doing it 10 years, people that have been doing it 15 years, people that have been doing it 20 years, um, that's doing you a massive disservice. Because truth be told, if you've only been doing it 2 months and you're comparing yourself to somebody, I mean 2 years, apologies, let's just say you've been doing it for 2 years and you compare yourself to somebody who's been doing it for 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, thing is, it's a disservice to you because the time frame just don't jive. Nobody's really gonna voice act for 2 years and freaking make millions. I'm not trying to say that there aren't people that haven't done that, but they are a very, very small minority. That's like people who just become, you know, movie stars because the right person saw them at a mall. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's random and it can happen, but that is far from the rule. Those are exceptions. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand, you have to have proper awareness and perception of your hustle. And your hustle is always going to be different. Your hustle is always different from everybody else's hustle. Your hustle will never look like anybody else's hustle. So you actually cannot ever truly compare unless you've done the exact same training that the person has had, unless you've been doing it for as long as they've had, only as long as you have the same connections that they have. You can never actually directly compare. And truth be told, those three things will never happen. Because let's just say even then, you went to the same place for training. What you got out of training is going to be different than what I got out of training. So even then you can't compare. So this is such a subjective and liquid form of creativity that you actually cannot compare yourself to anybody else. And that's something you have to understand, because if your thirst is hardcore, it's gonna convince you otherwise and tell you, nah man, if you ain't killing it like X, Y, and Z, then you whack. Maybe this ain't for you. Maybe you ain't doing this. Maybe you should just quit. Cause truth be told, you trying to make this happen. That person's making it happen. How come you can't? Clearly it's cause you whack. You ain't got it. That's it. That's it. Quit. Bounce. It ain't like that. Don't let the thirst crawl into your head, because that's what happens. That thirst, it starts, it starts crawling to the back of your brain and just taking over you in a very negative way. Thirst can be a powerful thing. It can drive you to do more. It can drive you to try and be better and do more than you did the day prior. But truth be told, more often than not, that thirst is no good. That thirst it's not good. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you somebody who's hitting. If you hitting and you getting bookings, yo man, lay back. Take a sip of the drip. You alright. You good. Enjoy it, man. It takes time. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let your hustle breathe sometimes. And there's nothing wrong with that. Alright? Do you. You got this. If you needed to hear that, you got this. So don't let that thirst drive you crazy. Don't let that thirst make you act irrationally. You know what I'm saying? You want people to think you good, you chill, and you're easy to work with. That's what you want. That's the kind of reputation you want to build. Not a reputation of, oh, chill, that person real thirsty, and they always jump at any chance that they can to put their demo in my hands when I'm an actor. What are you doing? What are you doing? You don't do it. What are we? Huh? We're not animales. We don't do that. That's for my Goodfellas fans, if you didn't know. For you Goodfellas fans out there, right? What are you doing? We're not animales. We're not animales. That was Sorvino, Paul Sorvino. I love that part. In any event, I digress. Thanks for sticking around for another video. Much appreciated. I hope y'all out there doing your thing. Don't let that thirst get you down. Alright? As long as you're working on your hustle every day, if you're looking to diversify your business in different aspects, you don't have to do it all at the same time. It's bit by bit by bit by bit. I'll talk about that next week. Diversification. I'll talk about that in my next video, right? But you'll be told, as long as you're working on building your business and changing it up and making it different, then you're right. Then you're doing everything that you need to do. All right? So much love to y'all. Get those bookings. Make sure you're doing your auditions. Make sure you're hitting up your agents' auditions if they send them out to you. Make sure you're cranking those out. And for y'all that are hitting those bookings, share them, man. Share that love. Share your wins. All right? We all here to support. All right? Love.